Hello, so the front side 65-degree semi-eastern serve is a good reference point on the debate between flat shots and topspin shots. So I suppose if you're trying to hit a flat shot from this technique, you might inadvertently be hitting it with topspin, but because the technique is just too much rotation. So it kind of implies if you're using a different grip like Continental, you try to hit it flat, you might actually be hitting a lot of topspin on it without really consciously doing so. For example, Roger Federer, the OPMs on his tennis ball is kind of confirmed to be more extreme than Nadal, meaning that Roger Federer is technically hitting more topspin than Nadal. And it doesn't really make sense, but it relates to kind of idealism. So when you think of a technique, ideally you'd hit it at 90 degrees perpendicular for a perfect shot, which is flat. You're not very focused, and then you get a bit off, and there's almost a bit of topspin on it, a bit of side spin or underspin. So what this means is if you're trying to hit flat and you hit a bit of topspin, you can either view it as accidental or deliberate. Topspin people are trying to infiltrate flat people. So I'll try to give a demonstration of the front side semi-eastern degree grip. I'll mimic what I'll try to be a flat shot, but it will turn out to be a bit of side spin or topspin. And now I'll move on to Continental, and I'll try to hit it flat, but as I've learned from the semi-eastern grip, I'll be more aware that there's actually a small bit of topspin on it. See, it curves a small bit right at the end. So I suppose when it comes to topspin, a flat shot could relate to an idealized topspin shot. So I suppose you could view it in kind of a philosophical way, you could say, where if your mind isn't relevant to your body, then you can try to hit it flat, and then if you try to hit it flat, it will still come out with topspin, but you don't have to care about the topspin or alter your technique on the inference that there might be topspin on it, because topspin will happen automatically without you having to care about it. So there's just kind of relating the two grips, the Continental and front side semi-eastern grip. It's just one way to analyse the spins and the slices. Another thing you could say about tennis in one sense looks like the most calmest and most relaxed sport, but another way it can also mimic the most violent sport ever by mimicking projectile warfare. You're almost shooting arrows but you're doing it symbolically with tennis. So likewise, a lot of sports like hurling can be kind of like close combat sports, you're shouldering and pushing. Other sports like pure athletics, you can run and you're forced to withstand pain to do legs and weightlifting sports. But tennis can be very relaxed, but you can relate to kind of a conception of seriousness. So the moment you think you're good at tennis, you can be emotionally abused a lot by having other people defeat you without them having even to care about their technique or their shots very much. And so the moment you think you're good, you'd have to consent to them being superlative, and that means that if they don't actually care much about tennis, then another inference is means that you're just not very good at tennis, no matter how much time you spend at the sport. And so what this relates to also, it can mimic kind of dreaming and lucid dreaming. So it relates to kind of confidence levels and the relativity of those confidence levels. Where if I think I'm equally good at tennis and maths, then that means that if I'm disproved to be good at tennis, but originally had the same confidence level in maths, that means that I can then be validated, or maybe more distrustful that I was ever good at maths. And this is kind of relative also to religions and faith systems. You might be able to deliberately or directly disprove a faith system, but you can do so indirectly by saying you were so confident of something else in the real world, but it turned out to be wrong, that you don't know really if a faith system could also be wrong or partially wrong.